And I want to welcome everybody out there in podcast land to the Good Times with Good People presents the Loft Party Podcast, where always it's good times, good people, and good talk. I'm your host and your panel moderator, Rio, and today on the panel we have, as always, Dave Tiemann. He is an entrepreneur extraordinaire and an art dealer. We have Chris O'Connor, co-owner of Liquid 9 Broadcast Media Production. And we have a special guest who's on our panel, but we're also going to be interviewing him today. We have Mr. Jesse Pringle. He is the creator, co-writer, and producer of Kill 'Em All Kansas City, and soon Kill 'Em All Los Angeles, a web series that if you are into crime dramas, if you've watched anything like The Wire or Ray Donovan or any show like that, I think that you will quite enjoy Kill 'Em All Kansas City because, well, I enjoy those shows and I did. And so, what do we think, panel? Before we even get into topics, what was our general thoughts on Kill 'Em All?
First of all,
not you, Jesse. We're gonna wait.
First of all, though, we forgot to introduce the anonymous female.
We did forget to introduce the anonymous female because she's looking over her notes diligently. Say hello, anonymous female.
Hello.
All right, so
Wow.
thoughts?
I come at it from maybe a slightly different point of view. One, I love the story, and I love all stories like that, so I'm going to set that aside for a moment and just say I really thought for something that was done in the Midwest and that kind of the production value was amazing. I love that you are distributing it the way that you're doing it. I like everything about it. I think it's a brand new medium and you're exploiting it, and I think it's good. And now that you're going out to Los Angeles, I think it'll be even cooler. Just because there's more resources and more things to have, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's a phenomenally well done show, and I think it's only getting better. It's just on the rise. So I just think it's really, really cool.
Cool, Dave?
Well, of course, I really appreciate, Jesse, your tenacity and your stick-to-itiveness with it, because it's not easy. And also, I admire your ability to attract Hollywood personalities that, usually web series do not get that type of acting ability and that great of actors into it. So, great series, watched it, think it's got a lot of potential for bigger, better things, of course. And congratulations.
And I would say that's an overall thing. Like your ability, and I don't know how the hell you do it because it's really weird, but you get a hell of a group of people around you. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You got top-notch talent all the way around, so it's awesome.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. I think that it's got a ton of potential to film, television. I think it's got a ton of potential, but I think the way that you've gone about it, like I say, the way it's being distributed currently, I think it's kind of genius, actually. So, enough of the flattery. Let's get into it. Yeah, we want to thank the Majestic Restaurants Pendergast Club, as always, for having us and letting us do the Loft Party Podcast up here. And let's get to the questions that we start almost all podcasts with, and that is, what are we drinking?
Oh,
Dave?
I'll go first. I'm drinking Rieger on the Rocks. It's an 8-year-old whiskey with a sherry blend, and I love the taste of it. And it's a perfect little drink for tonight.
Yeah.
And if you haven't tried it, we had one, I think Mario told you guys about it the other day, the Bloody Mary with Rieger whiskey.
Which just blew our mind.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. We've had a bourbon Bloody Mary before, but it was really good. It was very peppery, though, so if you don't like spice, don't.
Yeah, but it was good. It was really good.
Did you try it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have drank it, but I already had my beautiful champagne thing over there.
My champagne thin.
It was a ginger something.
Yeah, it was good though. It was tasty.
Yeah, it was a little too spicy on an empty stomach for me, but I would have if we would have had more time.
Where are you guys at?
We were at Beer Kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Beer Kitchen in Westport. It was actually really good. We went for brunch.
So we get a shout out to the
Which
Beer
surprised
Kitchen.
me because the McCoy's doesn't carry a rigger, but they're only the same people.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I tried to order a rigger at McCoy's the other day and they said they don't carry it. So that's why I was so surprised when you said Beer Kitchen had it on their menu.
Yeah.
I think Char Bar has it on their menu too, all owned by the same people. But McCoy's and Foundry I don't think do.
That's
I wonder
interesting.
if they're, because some of them carry local.
Well, McCoy's
maybe
it
not
doesn't carry a
all.
lot of local just because they try to, and Foundry try to establish themselves as beer places primarily. Whereas Beer Kitchen and strangely doesn't, and Char Bar certainly doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, although they did have a lot of beer cocktails on their menu,
Yeah, that would make
Today.
sense.
or yesterday.
So what are we drinking, Jesse?
Bushmills Irish whiskey, neat for me.
Always a
I'd
classic
say
selection.
tied directly into the show, which we'll get into later. What about you, Chris?
I'm always drinking a Pendergast, which is basically a twist on a Manhattan. That it's made with Rieger whiskey in this case, and it has some Benedictine in it. It's just a delicious drink.
Actually, the anonymous female and I think we came up to set up for the podcast and bypassed the bar. So we are drinking good old-fashioned
Agua.
H2O, ladies and gentlemen. H2O. Good for the body and spirit. Yes, H2O. So,
Stay hydrated.
Good for a commercial sponsor break.
there you go. So, what are we smoking, Dave?
I am having a PDR Sport. Wait, what is it? PDR? Let me give you the whole. It's a PDR Sport Run Habano. Once again, another great mild, little Cuban in it. It's just a great cigar. No spice in it, no pepper in it, but I like this.
And Jesse?
I picked up a Flor de Oliva. Previously on the podcast, Chris had lent me an Oliva G, I think.
Yes.
This was the only Oliva in the case where I was at, so I picked it up. And we'll see how it goes. Nicaragua is where it was made, so hoping for the best.
All right.
I'm doing a Liga Privada number 9, which I've never had before.
Okay. And what are we thinking?
And I like it a lot. It's far more mild than I thought, which is usually not exactly. I like to go somewhere maybe more in the middle. But
Yeah,
I do like it
I
quite
see
a
the
bit.
leaf was pretty dark, so I would have
Yeah.
imagined, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very mild, but it's good. It's smoking nice.
I am smoking a La Amora Mi Amor. It is actually a pretty medium bodied, I would say, cigar. It's really good. It's actually, I think, maybe my second one I've had of these. I definitely think I would try it one more time. So let's get into this week, or last week I should say, in pop culture. I think a few things happened that I first thought were either funny or interesting or whatever, so I want to, and maybe one serious topic that I want to kind of get into before we get into our interview with our featured guest today, Jesse Pringle. So first, I saw that a 15-year-old girl got groped and pepper sprayed at a Trump rally. I was like, first of all, the headline just caught me. I was like, 15-year-old girl. I wound up watching the video, and apparently, like, she kept telling the guy, like, I think you're grabbing my boob or something like that, and it went on and got more vocal and more until I don't remember who pulled the pepper spray out.
It was two different people.
It makes no difference to me at all. But
Yeah.
was she there as a Trump supporter, just attending the rally, or was she there protesting the rally and some guys were just heckling her in a jerk, or what?
Yeah, I think that she was there as a protester, but I don't think she had gotten very vocal yet.
Well, it says she shoved or punched the man and someone immediately pepper sprayed her in the face because he grabbed her boob.
Wow. That's just crazy.
I'm just like,
And then the crowd cheered and clapped.
Oh, well, she was clearly protesting.
yeah, I mean, just
Wow.
But yeah,
That's a
I
crazy
don't,
crowd.
it's just out of control.
have you ever been pepper sprayed?
Once,
It's
yes.
horrible.
It's not
That's
good.
one, that is to date the only video I have not seen at a Trump rally protest on
Oh.
Facebook or social
Yeah.
media. I read the headline, I was just like, I don't even want to see this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's-
there's
Yeah, it
nothing
was one of
that's
those
coming out of
things that I
that.
thought the same thing. Like, I don't even know if I want to watch this. And
Did you
but
see-
it just, having a daughter, it just got me to thinking about, whether or not, she was there protesting or not.
Sure.
Is it even? I mean, who
happened to-
pepper sprays? First of all, who's groping a child? At first, and then who pepper sprays a child? I'm like, come on.
Well, the people in the picture around her don't look that much older than her.
Yeah.
I mean, not that makes it okay.
But it wasn't, was it law enforcement?
No,
No,
it was
it
two.
was-
They're looking for two suspects. But what happened to peaceful protesting? Like, why can't you just let people protest? Why do you have to be violent about it?
There's never been peaceful protesting. It's always been violent throughout the entire history of this country. So I don't believe that. And which makes me wonder.
Well, I
my
think
second
the
question.
the bad thing is even when like in the civil rights era when people were attempting to peaceful protest, somebody always gets violent.
It takes
you know.
one.
Yeah,
so
one jerk.
to turn it.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking. I don't know how many thousand people are at this rally. We're hearing a story about 3 people, and it sucks. But the question I always wonder, and I'm by no means a Trump supporter by any stretch, but I also do wonder: are we hearing about it because it was at a Trump rally, and you wouldn't hear about it if it was at a Bernie Sanders rally or a Hillary rally or whatever the case is?
Yeah.
Or does he go out of his way to incite this kind of behavior amongst his followers? And I think
Well,
honestly, it's a little above.
they've already said that he incites it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can make the accusation. I don't know that anything he said has just been so off the wall that he's incited violence.
When you tell people at your rally, kick him, hit him, choke him. I mean, they've caught him on tape doing it.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
that's inciting people to be violent.
Yeah, you know what they do to that guy, back in the day, he would go out of here on a stretcher, or I'd like to hit that guy in the face. Like he's
But is it better to be Hillary and just do all that stuff in private? Like Hillary is not always been on
point.
the up and up. I mean,
I don't think that she's been on the up and up, but when stuff like this happens around her, she addresses it in a way that
I'm sure he's going to come out and say, "Hey,
No,
stop
he
it."
won't. What he does is, I didn't tell him to do that. I don't have any control over that. Yes, you
That's a fair
do.
point. It's interesting. There's a line where you can't take responsibility for someone else being an asshole, but I also think
Well,
if
that's-
you're standing up there
That's
and
the
telling
real
people
point.
to cause
Listen,
violence,
this looks
Right.
like it was 2 other people in the audience. Of course, and look, the word incite, if we're not smart enough human beings to know not to do those kinds of
Right.
things.
It's crowd mentality, though.
Well, but
You get
But
people
you
in
still-
a
it
crowd
doesn't show
and they never.
responsibility
It
within
doesn't
a
matter what
crowd.
kind of crowd it is, though. You go to a club, you go to a concert, you go to a rally. When you get in that atmosphere, a lot of people don't know how to step back and say, this isn't what I want to be involved in.
that is apologizing for some of the worst behavior that has ever happened in the history of the world. That's like saying Nazi Germany is forgivable because there's a crowd mentality.
No.
I'm like, no, no. There were everybody there that was wrong. At some point, somebody's got to go, no. And you can not be an asshole. It's not that hard. It's
Yeah.
a 15-year-old girl.
I
don't
agree.
care what kind of crowd it is. I can't imagine Trump going, hey, you should really be hitting, kicking, molesting, groping, spraying
Well,
a 15-year-old girl.
And it doesn't help that one of his managers was arrested for assault on a woman.
See, this is
Did
why I
they
think-
finally
this is why I
arrest
think
him?
Well,
this
they were
is a
going
story.
to, and that's a story, and the guy, and they've got photographs and video of him hitting her, so that's kind of, and we don't
Which
know,
he had
once
done
again,
more
we
than
don't know
once.
what she did.
They had
or-
video of him grabbing her and taking her out of the room forcibly, which left bruising on her arm. That's the video that I saw, where they arrested him. There's no.
This is
there's
what-
no
this was
video of him
outside.
hitting her that I saw.
They were
Was it?
walking through a crowd, and
He pushed her down.
he pushed her down and out of the way.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
see that part of it. But
Semi
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
She didn't
But,
fall.
yeah,
She caught herself.
but
but-
still,
Well,
it's
that could
just-
have been that strong.
Well, they
But-
showed the.
It's just a joke. I mean, she didn't look like she was a big girl. She looked like she weighed,
Yeah.
like 10, like
Yeah.
20. Like,
But if he just keeps talking, the reality is he's gonna talk himself right. In fact,
well, that's what
they had.
People keep saying that, but
his
it's not
manager was
happening.
on, the woman that was originally the manager for the campaign, she said it started out as a joke, and then his ego took over.
But is there not a even the remotest possibility, and again, this in no way is defending Trump, is there no small chance that the media is jumping on this thread of, hey, we don't want him either, let's play up every single thing that happens to women here to try to ruin what would be an otherwise voting block for him? Because his favorables with women have gone completely down. And yes, a lot of that's his fault. You don't come out and defend a guy who just abused a woman. I would agree. But now that makes this story more interesting because now you're piling on the story.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Look, he had a bad week last week. I mean, he did some stupid things, said a lot of stupid things. It'd be interesting. Tomorrow I think he will get beat by 10, maybe even 15 points.
Yeah, I think
News
that-
is a
Wisconsin.
hyper-selective
Yeah.
business. You choose the storyline that you want to tell and you make or
Well,
break
of course, it's the
people.
media. The media, look, without the media today, and everything being immediate because of our phones,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even known about it, guys. It'd been in the newspapers, buried in
Buried, yeah.
You have to go, oh, I didn't know that. Page 16 of the A section of the Star. Oh, that's right, Kansas City Star hasn't had 16 pages in the A section in 2 years.
I mean, in 2008, would they have reported anything at an Obama rally?
No.
There's no chance in living hell.
Oh, I think they would
I don't
have.
think they would have anything.
I can almost
right.
guarantee you Fox would have.
They
Well, yeah,
loved,
who watches
loved
Fox?
Obama. Well, about 3 times as many people as
I
watching
know,
the two
kidding.
combined.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is a little bit alarming.
Yeah, Fox probably would have, but okay.
They're very happy to say anything that they think could possibly be negative about Obama.
Yeah, once you're preaching to the choir, you're preaching to the choir.
yeah,
They're gonna
very
believe it
true.
no matter what.
So on some lighter pop news, I saw a couple things. It looked like Diddy was just on a press tour because he must have a project coming out or something like that. Because I saw him on a lot of different things this week. But what I found out is that for the past 6 years, and he has not been talking about it at all, which lets me know that this is something real for him. He has been developing, and I think today or yesterday was the final day for registration for a new charter school that he and a partner are going to be opening in Harlem. It's called Capital Prep. I think they're starting with 6th and 7th grade and then growing the school from there. But I guess what happened is there's this guy in Connecticut, and I am forgetting his name, but he is an educator, Dr. Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve Perry. And his school in Connecticut had 100% graduation rate. And they did a story about it on CNN. And Diddy saw it and was like, I think this is the guy I want to talk to this guy about trying to.
He was the old lead singer of Journey.
Yeah.
Steve Perry.
Yeah, so he wants to start.
So Steve Perry owns the school. And now he's new business partners with
With P. Diddy.
There you go.
Sean P. Diddy.
Yeah, so apparently, like I said, today, I think today was the final day of registration, and they said they've already got like I want to say 1,000 person waiting list.
Is it public?
because it's going to be a free school. It's
That's
going
what I
to
was
be.
wondering.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you have to test in, but it's a
See, I thought
a public charter school.
all charter schools were privately owned.
Not all of them. No, you can have a public charter school.
They may be
So-
privately owned, but you don't have to pay
A
tuition.
tuition.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't
I mean,
you consider
he's,
like
yeah, he's,
Academy in Lafayette a charter school? And that's publicly
yeah,
owned.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's public money that goes to that, but it's a very, very, very different type of a curriculum. And
Exactly. Yeah,
I
and
just
that's
have
the
a
thing with
friend
charter
whose
schools.
whose
is-
son got in there.
is, yeah,
Derek
you
Thomas
can.
Academy of some sort.
Yeah,
Something along
yeah.
those lines.
You can set up your own
It's like
kind
a
of curriculum.
foundation.
Yeah, your own curriculum, and apparently the campus is amazing. They were saying they've got full Olympic sized pool. Yeah, like they're doing a
In New
full
York.
media studio in there. Yeah, right in Harlem.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be expensive.
Yeah. So apparently, I guess he got his music business friends to go in to help get the location and build it out. And then he's got Steve Perry to help develop the curriculum and really drive the education forward.
So is the focus truly on education, or is it more of being a multimedia, like for kids who want to go into multimedia, this would be the kind of the charter school you'd want to go to, or is it a full-on real public
No, I think
school?
it's a real public school, but I think
They're
it's
just offering
I think it's kind of like a leadership academy. So it's trying to train the next generation of leaders and entrepreneurs, and I guess realizing that you kind of got to get them young so that you can get their mind
Middle
right.
school is the right age to do
Speaking
it.
of, gotta get them young, similar news, R. Kelly's trying to open an all-girls school in Atlanta.
Oh, Lord.
Please no.
No, really, I think I saw it on Facebook, it must be true.
Yeah. Now the funny and scary thing is when all that was going down with R. Kelly, and my daughter was attending that high school that he was supposedly picking that girl up from, and I was just
Mentoring?
Yes.
He was mentoring?
Yes, he was-
Allegedly.
yeah, he was allegedly mentoring this girl. Yes.
Wow.
Whew.
And you were calling your daughter every night?
Every day. Hey, anybody pulls up in a black Escalade, don't talk to them. Oh, man. So, on even lighter news, they're doing a Baywatch movie
Why not?
with The Rock.
Why
And
not?
Makes sense.
Zac Efron.
Just
That's
yeah.
a
So they're gonna have a
bizarre
new cast. So apparently, there's a new cast, but they're also gonna be throwing some
Did you get it?
cameos to like David Hasselhoff. and-
Hasselhoff is
Yeah,
supposed to do it,
yeah.
right.
So yeah,
I
I
think he owns
just
the rights to the show.
now that I didn't know.
Yes, I mean, I think he probably said, hey, if you want this to play in Germany, you need to put me
Yeah,
in.
I gotta be in it, right.
And he's the biggest star in Germany. Hey, did anybody
guys.
else see this?
Physical transformation of the anonymous female's favorite actor in the movie, Zach, what's his name?
That's wrong.
Actually, if I had
Actually,
to pick
yeah.
one of those,
Actually,
Not
the
to
Rock.
The Rock.
Actually,
It
the
would be
Rock
The
would be her
Rock.
favorite.
Oh, The Rock.
The Rock would be her favorite.
Or someone else on the
Although
cast
Zac-
on steroids.
although
Why do you think I started going to the gym every damn
although
day?
Zac Efron
It's
is a
ridiculous.
little cutie patootie.
Yeah, everybody
He's just a
say.
little bit too young for me, though.
I say,
What was
trust
it?
me, the Dwayne Johnson crush is the reason I go to gym every day. I'm like.
Was it Neighbors
calling
that he
bullshit
did
on
with
that
Seth Rogen? Really good
Do
in that. Didn't he do it? Was Neighbors in the movie he did with
Zac
Zac
Efron?
Mm-hmm.
Or Seth Rogen, I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth
He
and
was
Zac
good in
Efron.
that.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
was,
yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Like, I think that dude could just afford to work out 24 hours a day. Okay, he probably does steroids
Oh,
too, I'm not
sure.
denying that.
Yeah,
but I also
yeah.
think.
Well, I don't know if he does or doesn't.
Allegedly.
However,
I
it looks
mean,
like he
he's-
might.
Short-term
Yes.
transformation.
He's
Yeah.
pretty massive these days.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
got
it's
my
not buff,
frame
it's
and
beyond
he's
that.
4 times the size of me.
Yeah.
I want to see a fight between you and Zach. Let's make it happen.
A what?
A fight between you and Zach.
Oh, put your money on me.
It was already there. That was not in dispute.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
He
see
started out too pretty.
Yeah.
Never leave that in my head.
Yeah, but I say, yeah, you got at least a foot on him, and
it. Yeah, thank God.
I don't know how many pounds
No.
Got that going.
of all muscle. By the way, podcasters, watch Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. This dude is a beast, and he looks completely believable being a beast.
I'm
on
wearing
the
a
show.
bodysuit. I'm only 5'1".
5'1".
It's your exoskeleton, that's it, yeah.
Did anybody else see, other than me, this Rihanna video that came out this week?
No, I'm doing it now.
Yeah, but it's apparently.
Work.
It's no. It's the work video came out a few weeks back, but I cannot remember the name of this video to save my life
You never gives me the
right
ghost.
now. Well, I didn't
course not.
print it because it was a video, but it was. It's. I mean, it's basically her writhing around with like see-through stuff on, basically. I was just like,
Well, that's a
I
big
mean-
shock.
Right. When
After
hasn't she
S&M
been
and
almost naked
her
and
entire-
everything?
yeah, well, it's
The
just
rest of her,
I was just a little. I guess the last video I remember, you know, like at the very end of it, she's like covered in blood, laying in a chest, butt naked. So I guess this is tame, I suppose.
I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She's from Trinidad.
so
right?
that's
Yeah.
very sexy.
She is from. This video was sexy. The one where her laying in the bloody chest was not. That was
I think I could
that was bitch better have my money.
I think I can get around that. I
Get
think I can get around that. The bloody chest? Or
None of that bothers me. Rihanna naked is just fine by me.
Yeah, she is from Barbados, Nancy.
Barbados.
Barbados. I saw this week. I once again thought it was hilarious. Justin Timberlake's being sued by Cirque du Soleil
Uh-oh.
because they say that they sampled a song from one of the Cirque shows that was on his last 2020 Experience album, and so they want like $800,000 or something. I know. I was just like,
Both of those things are stupid. Who just figured it out?
Right.
yeah.
Like they just now found out. Like it's
Yeah,
been
it's like one of the
years.
biggest albums in the
Oh,
world,
God.
and you just
$800,000.
Yeah,
That's all
I'm
you
like-
think your song was worth.
yeah, but
That album sold millions.
yeah,
Plus the
so-
tour and everything
Yeah,
else.
I mean, I don't think it wasn't a single, but still, I mean, I just, you know,
what song?
you know what? Let's look, because I actually printed this out because
That just sounds stupid.
I was curious. Oh, so it was the "Don't Hold the Wall."
Oh yeah.
And it was one of the songs in one of their productions, actually, as the anonymous female flips pages in their production "Quit 'Em." It's a song called "Steel Dreams." Well, and the other thing too is I'm not 100% sure why you sue Justin Timberlake.
Unless he's claiming a producer credit
Well, actually,
or
I
a
think
publishing credit. in which case
maybe
you would.
because I'm
He's claiming
thinking
a publishing credit, you
yeah,
would.
because I'm thinking Timberland did the music for it, so I was thinking why wouldn't you be suing Timberland
You see the producer
for not clearing
the
the sample?
publisher, whoever's
Yeah.
claiming publishing rights.
Yeah, but he also got sued like a year ago for a sample that was in the song "Suit and Tie." So that's what I'm saying. But which, if I'm thinking about it, I've heard a kind of a history of Timberland pulling things that he thinks are public domain and they wind up not being public
You
domain.
can't
and he-
afford a lawyer?
Oh, you know, he wins all the lawsuits. He's won, like, because
Check it out.
he actually, which is funny. Timberland and Jay-Z just went to court last year for Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Like the dude who they sampled for Big Pimpin', just like I was like, 15 years later, you just
found
found out. Like so, and they won all the lawsuits from all the people who've tried to sue them, but it's just kind of crazy when
Cirque
when
du Soleil, though, interesting story.
yeah. That's what I was
That's
thinking.
bizarre. And
Yeah.
only $800,000 is like even more bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I mean, what lawyer just sucks that bad that that's all they go for? Yeah.
I mean, once again, I don't think that
It's
they
like a contortionist lawyer who just
Yeah.
does a bizarre mini practice on the side.
Yeah, I don't think
maybe
that they
the lawyer
win.
is part of the Cirque du Soleil as well.
That absolutely.
Well, every search show lately has been a knockoff of some, like the Beatles show that they did. And what was the one just here in Kansas
They
City?
licensed
Was
all
the-
those
I know,
songs.
but
Yeah, they did a Beatles, they did a Michael Jackson show. They're doing a
what was
Avatar.
Avatar
show
was
right
the
now.
show that's just in town?
So maybe they tried to license the song, and then it became an issue because they said, "Hey, that
There's
sounds
nothing
like
about,
our song."
Yeah, there'd be nothing about like freaky small blue gymnasts that I would ever want to see ever.
Yeah,
That
I'm like,
just
I
does
just-
not appeal to me.
I mean, I would like to go to a search show, but like some of the ones that they've been doing lately, I'm not interested. I'm just,
I wish we could have went to
It's pretty
the
phenomenal,
Michael
guys. I've seen
Jackson.
4 of their shows,
Yeah.
and they're phenomenal shows.
I'm sure they're cool.
You sit there and you go, well, I can't believe people can actually do that stuff.
It's like Switzerland. That would hold my interest for like 3 minutes. And then like, okay, sing the mountains, sing the snow.
Because they have a
I
way
got
of
it.
keeping you just constantly on, oh my God. And then like one show I went to, they had people crawling down a wall like spiders. I'm like,
Well,
and
that's,
you look up and you go, what the hell? Moving.
It's like America's Got Talent.
yeah. Yeah, I checked this week, and there really wasn't a lot. Well, nothing that I was super interested in talking about in music releases or movie releases, except Miles Ahead, Don Cheadle's Miles Davis movie. It's supposed to get released.
Star Wars.
And that actually gets released this week. The announcement was just saying the DVD of Star Wars: The Force Awakens that comes out tomorrow.
It's actually fast. That's a
It actually is
quick
kind of
time for
fast.
that movie.
Yeah, especially for a movie of that box office scale. I was surprised that it came out that fast.
And I saw today that Kanye's new album just hit Spotify.
Yes, I was thinking that too. I was thinking, what kind of deal did he work out to? Because of course he had his exclusive run with Tidal for a while, and now you're gonna be able to stream on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yep.
So I was thinking, what kind of deal did he work out?
I think that's a Jay-Z deal.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
Jay's. The funny thing is, there are artists signed to Jay that have Apple deals.
Sure.
So, like, Jay's not stupid. He's not gonna leave a dime on the table
Right.
ever. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of zeros on that check.
You know,
Right.
I'm back on Don Cheadle and Miles Ahead. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not much of a saxophone fan. You know, I respect the whole instrument and its history and modern day and past jazz and all that, and Miles Davis' contribution. My thing is, I like Don Cheadle as an actor, and I want to
Yeah.
see
Yeah, this
him
is
like really get into character, and I think playing something like this, a biopic, would really
Yeah.
kind of be a cool stretch.
That'd be
Yeah, I
super
think
cool.
this is kind of his passion project. I think he's been working on it. I want to say 10 years. He's been trying to get this movie,
Really?
trying to get the rights and get it made. And
When he's partially from Kansas City.
yeah. So, I was excited. I think I saw art for this movie. Just Cheadle in the Miles wig and holding the trumpet and like I remember seeing art maybe a year ago and I was just like, because all I could see was Cheadle's perfect, just physically perfect to play Miles Davis.
Yep.
So and he's a great actor, so
Right.
I'm excited.
Can you
about that
imagine
one.
clearing that music? That's gotta be
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, and
There's so
I would
many
think that it
people
was wildly difficult to clear.
Yeah.
And what I do hear is, though I think they picked a period of his life instead of
really?
trying to cover his whole life. They picked a period of his life.
So it's not like Walk the Line or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I think they picked a period, and then, but they didn't musically stick to the period. I think they went with the music that worked for the telling of the movie. So some music was earlier, some music was was later, as far as what you'll hear in the film. But I'm pretty excited about it because I was really thinking that,
Well, I hope it's better than the Jimi Hendrix movie.
which I didn't see and wanted to see, but then I heard that they couldn't clear any of the music.
Well, the trailer was good.
Yeah.
The movie, however, left me really wanting a lot more.
lacking.
Yeah, a little lacking. Well, it's because, you're doing a story on Jimi Hendrix. You want to see Jimi Hendrix on stage,
Yep.
rocking out.
Lighting his
And
guitar on fire.
there just wasn't-
everything.
Yeah.
they just didn't show that
Yeah.
performance, part of it.
Yeah. All right, podcasters, I think we have gotten to the point in the podcast where it's time to interview our featured guest, Jesse Pringle. He is the creator, producer, and co-writer of Kill 'Em All Kansas City and the soon-to-be Kill 'Em All Los Angeles. I know I've got a list of questions. I don't know if anybody else on the panel has any questions, but if anybody else doesn't mind, I want to jump right on in because I've been kind of chomping at the bit to ask because
Oh,
once I watched, I fully get it, and I'm excited to see where this show goes. So I guess my first question, and probably the broadest question, is Jesse, what is Kill 'Em All?